I did not expect this news when I just got home from work. I literally just got home from work and thought to myself, I'll chill out. I'm definitely not going to do a review on yesterday's abomination. The only thing I will mention from yesterday's result and yesterday's game, obviously I did go, it was the earliest I've ever left a Sunderland game. Of course, over the years of 20 plus years of supporting the lads, watching them home and away, I've watched us get battered before, but yesterday, it was another level for me. It was the worst result in our history. 6-0 in League One. That's disgusting. It's absolutely minging. The performance in itself was absolutely minging. And now Lee Johnson has been sacked, which it's mental. I did not expect the board to have the bollocks to do that. I really did not expect it at all. But is it the right decision? In my opinion, as I've said before, I don't think he is the man to take us forward. He's far too inconsistent. He doesn't learn from mistakes, and he absolutely lives up to the name of Streaky Lee. So, is he the man to take us forward? No. Was it the right decision to sack him? I think it is. People could argue that it's a bad time to do it. The timing is pretty poor. Of course, there's 1 day left of the transfer window. But we need to remember as well that he isn't hired as a manager, Lee Johnson. He is hired as a coach. It is Speakman who is bringing in these players. It was overseeing transfers. Don't get me wrong, it's not like it's just his team and only the players that he wants. But it's Johnson doesn't necessarily have the final say with this. Of course, Johnson is involved in the day-to-day transfers and that whole running of that side of the club. But they're not necessarily his players as such, if that makes sense. Not like a manager where it's like a manager says, okay, he works with the scouts and says, I want this person, I want this person. With Lee Johnson, I wouldn't imagine it being that kind of way. I don't think it would work that kind of way. So they weren't necessarily 100% Lee Johnson's players. It's what the board and the scouting team believed was the right place to bring in, and then Lee Johnson would coach them because that's what he is, a head coach. He wasn't hired as a manager, if that makes sense. So yes, you can still argue there's 1 day left of the transfer window. It's shit timing. It probably is, but firstly, I just want to say, I'm not going to sit here and just absolutely rip him to shreds personally as a person because he's probably a nice guy. He probably is a nice guy. But for me, he never suited Sunderland. He never fits Sunderland. He has overseen some of the worst games and results that this club has ever seen. With a lot of people saying, "Oh, you're in third. How can you get rid of him? He's in third, mate." We've won 7 from the last 21. Yes, we might be in third. We've won 7 from the last 21. We want to go up automatically. Third isn't good enough. It isn't good enough. So the argument saying we're in third, that it's absolutely irrelevant. It's bollocks. Because that isn't where we're going to finish. Oh, great. Mediocrity. We'll keep accepting it. We wouldn't, like I say, 7 from 21, 22 games, something like that. That is not promotion form. It isn't promotion form. We've got battered by Pompey, 4-0. We've got beat by Lincoln 3-1. Got battered by Sheff Wednesday, 6-0 against Bolton yesterday. And people are telling me that Lee Johnson is the right man to take us forward. Is he bollocks? And it is absolutely the correct decision. Absolutely correct decision. I'll thank him. He shown me Sunderland winning at Wembley for the first time in my lifetime with the pizza trophy, which, I'm not going to knock because I absolutely loved it. It was one of the best days of my life, even though I had to watch it on TV because of COVID. But still, because I'd never seen Sunderland win at Wembley, so of course I'll always have massive appreciation for that. But I absolutely stand by the board with this one. It's the right decision. It is absolutely the right decision. It didn't get us. It didn't fit the club the way he is, his sort of personality. We need someone with a bit of grit and passion. Someone with a firm hand, and all he is he's literally just a Ricky Gervais, isn't he, from The Office? He was literally that. He's just a wordsmith. Just gives us these posh and fancy words, just almost belittling us like we're stupid, and, speaking to us like we're frigging kids and being patronising. When it just doesn't wash with us. We're not stupid. We're football people, like up in Sunderland fans. We're real football people, and he speaks like we're toddlers. And he does really belittle us, and it's never going to wash. Like I say, he's overseen some of the worst results. Who's going to come in now? I don't know. Who would I like to see come in? The whole manager's just been sacked. What would I go for him? Potentially. Or some people have said Ainsworth, and asked me what I thought about Ainsworth. For me, Ainsworth, I think his personality would probably wash quite well with Sunderland, but is it the kind of football we want to see? Yeah, maybe short term. He might be able to get us out of this league. But, you can't just get someone promoted and then just sack him. Do you know what I mean? And just get rid, because long-term, again, I'd like to think of a long-term project, which I know that's what this board is doing. They're going to want someone in charge for the long-term. We need to get out of this league, first and foremost, of course. I think Ainsworth would probably be able to do that. But it would be horrible football. It would be physical football, which, granted, yeah, you need to do that in this league. But long-term, I'd like to see us play some decent football, which Lee Johnson was capable of getting out those lads at times. But he never learnt his lesson. He never, ever learnt his lesson. We get battered. The thing is, what frustrated me the most, and it was just so unbelievably obvious, every time we've been battered and every time we've lost the season is when we played 4 at the back. We played Pompey, we got ourselves a clean sheet, we played the 3 at the back with Mac system. Yes, it went pretty, we got the result. So what does he do? He goes away from home to Bolton, sticks 4 at the back. What the fuck are you doing? Even a freaking toddler couldn't have seen that a mile off. Maybe not the 6-0 result, of course, but not to use 4 at the back. It doesn't work. We can't use it. It just doesn't work for us at all. But either way, yeah, I'm just thought I'd give you that quick reaction. Like I say, I did not expect that at all. Really did not expect that. I don't know where to go from here. Some people have said Jermaine Defoe was a player manager. Would I take that? I probably would take it, to be honest with you. Probably would, but I don't think that'll be the case. I'd like to think that they have someone in mind already, and they're starting interviewing people with immediate effect. Because we're going to need someone in quick. I can't see us doing anything tomorrow now in the on deadline day. I know I did say, of course, I don't think Lee Johnson had a massive say in transfers. He definitely had a say, 100%. But because he was a head coach and he's not a manager, of course, he doesn't have the full sort of say. But I think, of course, the bigger matter at hand now is hiring a manager that can get us promoted this season, because we are in a decent position. I'm not going to knock that. We're in a decent position, but it isn't good enough and it's not where we want to be. And if we kept with Lee Johnson, yeah, you might have got 3 or 4 games where we absolutely run over teams, but then you'll go through another 4, 5, 6 games where we're drawing against poor teams or getting battered by teams like Bolton. That's what you're going to get with Lee Johnson. And I don't think we ever in a million years would have got promoted with him at the helm. So I absolutely stand by the board, and I think it is the correct decision. But so you guys let me know in the comments down below, who would you bring in as Sunderland manager, and do you think it was the right decision to get rid of Lee Johnson? Again, let me know. It is only my opinion. I know some people, I've seen it on social media, they're really not happy that he has been sacked. Some people say stick with him. I'm of the opposite opinion, but it is just my opinion. That's it. We don't need to get personal and start slanging each other. But so let me know in the comments down below. But if you've enjoyed, like, subscribe and all that nonsense, and stay jamming.